Hello there folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ferengi on board here with a video again on my video game making awesomeness in RPG Maker MV, and also barely waiting for the MZ version, which most likely I will adopt if I can actually transpose my projects in there without much of the problems, and of course if the plugins that I use or the critical ones actually work, and if I get to understand how to create my own. Now the point about this is now here I am trying to, well, I recently saved the game again, so I need to actually move myself back to where I was, the fifth character of the almost 50 that I have, and I have to create the as I was saying in previous videos, I have to create the interaction in between this character, Kokol Zokar Kashiringan, and, well, the last playable character, which is the fourth one, by the name of Sindora. Now Sindora is, in this game I indirectly called her the sister of the protagonist, whose name is Xandara, but the point is I'm not sure if that's actually still gonna be the case. So now let's make the necessary corrections. I have loaded Sindora's picture profile so as to use again with Yanfly's awesome gap window plugin, instead of windows that simply have the player click through them and wait for player input. I just prefer these being as intros for the battle system that I'm working on, and I've been working on these 5 characters quite a while, and I'm interested in actually working on the the event chaining, which I don't know if I'll actually spend time in here because it will take a long time and I really don't want to drag people's time, and most likely I will finish the end result and I will see how the battle system will perform, because it's aimed to be just made through events in which the player is able to perform different tasks, and this is what I call the so-called preparation for the moment when I will most likely start working towards the RPG Maker Yu-Gi-Oh plugin that I want to create, a plugin that will simulate as much as possible a Yu-Gi-Oh battle, well, not necessarily a TCG, but yes, also some cards and how to create those animations and the such. That's still something I'm far away from. Okay, so let's see. Greetings to you, fair traveler, because fair also means blonde, and Sindora is actually also blonde, like Nora, the previous character most likely you've seen in the previous video. I'm not sure if I actually showed her. Now, okay, player, they will step, okay, they will show a heart, okay, good day to you too. Now this one is more of a sloppy character and she's somewhat of a scaredy cat, so we kind of have to keep to that. Okay, we change the file name in here, and she also tries to be very polite because she knows she kind of sucks in whatever kind of duel there is, and usually she's good thanks to her group, but in this chapter of the game only the protagonist Xandara will be available for play. I just decided to hop these players in only for this personal battle system. Okay, so good day to you. Alright, 3. Let's have just a simple conversation in here. Oh, alright, let's actually add a sound, because I actually love adding sounds, and let's say surprise, and let's see if any one of these actually would be good. I think this one should be good. Alright, let's actually take this one and add it in here. Okay, because she's kind of a daydreamy being and it would be sad not to add a sound. Oh wait, her color is actually 31, which is a purple. So let's see, she shows a 7 balloon, which is silence. Alright, set weight mode. Now let's actually add the sound. In order to add the sound, we need to create an object, which is a collection of, well, properties, let's say it like that, and properties are represented by a name and a value. And in the case of many platforms, these are actually values that are pre-given. 1203, another angel number that I keep seeing. Well, thank you universe for this number as well. So the given properties of the object that one has to create for the sound file to be played are file name. Yes, I usually keep 2 or 3 meters away from the screen, and this writing might be a bit confusing me. I might get the impression that I write 2 letters of the same. That's why I might actually take a while to type stuff. Okay, file name has to be written in between inverted commas because it's what's called a string in programming. So it's Japanese SG1 voice pack 6 surprised 07. The extension is not needed. And now, besides file name, the sound object also has the properties of volume, which in this case I chose to be 75, and I also chose the pitch to be the same, the default one of 100, and the pan is the one which is called 0. Now, pitch means how much you distorted the sound. The lower the pitch, the more grave the sound will mean. The higher the pitch, the lighter the sound will mean, making it sounds, you know, like well, higher pitched. Okay, and the pan means how much to the left or how much to the right headphone you want the volume to be heard. These are the same points that you actually manipulate in the sound panel. If you go to the sound panel, they are exactly the same parameters. In here you have the volume, you have the pitch and the pan, and you also have to play the sound name. Okay, now let's actually we can actually delete this because we no longer need it. Alright, and then we have to call what's called an object, which is basically a thing of great importance, especially in JavaScript, because we're using JavaScript. And we have to call audio manager because this one handles the sounds, and we have to call the function called play SE because this is a sound environmental sound. And we introduce the name of the object we have created. We introduced it in here so that the audio manager object will handle this particular sound that we have written in here. So let's see, we have a set weight mode. Okay, now it will actually sound like this. Okay, we could actually go well with a game screen dot shake. Wait, start shake. We need a shake screen a bit because she's again waken up from her sleep. We have 3 let's say speed 7 and 30 frames to wait. So we have basically the power, intensity and duration, which are the same parameters one can find in here. It's actually power, speed, not intensity, power, speed and duration. Okay, how much it will shake, how fast it will shake, and how long it will shake. Okay, so I choose usually 30 because 30 frames mean half a second, and it's, you know, like it's a quick shiver. Okay, because she's removed from her daydreaming routine. Okay, this character is very daydreamish. This dot wait 90 frames. And one reason why I didn't want to introduce all 4 characters in here is that, well, you know, I would have to add all their flavor. Most likely if I create other chapters, basically this map is only part of a chapter, but I just want to launch this one as is. Okay, now let's see, we have power, actually let's write here the correct one, which was speed. Okay, and duration. Okay, good to you. And we are using phase 3. Okay, face index 3, because in programming indexing starts counting from 0. So this one is face 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then we have 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, the indexing usually is -1 from the number. Okay, we have face number 1 is index 0 and face number 2 is index 1, and so on and so forth. And this goes the same with arrays and, you know, literally everything that is more or less counted. There might be some exceptions. I heard Lua, for example, starts with 1, but we're not doing Lua, we're doing JavaScript. And from a spiritual standpoint, I must say JavaScript kind of chose me instead of me choosing it. Yeah, I know this may sound actually very fun. Okay, step animation equals true. Okay, greetings to you, traveler. Okay, so now let's say this one. Okay, he becomes a bit more serious. My name. Okay, now the face that they will have is let's say 0, because he's kind of impressed a bit by the voluptuous nature of Sindora. And let's see now, let's actually write another little script in here in which the player again game map dot wait, actually not game map, game player dot step animation equals true again. This dot wait 20 frames, because they only need to make one step. I prefer this technique to, you know, have a little movement every time players would say something. And yes, it is a very tedious thing because my game is a visual novel and it actually takes a long time to put these. It's not something mandatory that you put these. At times it might be better if your characters just stand still, but I just want to, you know, reinvent the idea of game creation and game design, because I feel that I can do so much more, and of course it will take so much more time. Alright, so let's see, we have step animation true and false for one full stepping sequence. Okay, actually this is gonna be replaced. We're gonna say game player dot request balloon, and the reason why we want a balloon is because the character will actually show a balloon and they will show a heart because they're happy, clappy and cheerful. And we delete this, we add mode in here, and we start set wait mode, which is required to be balloon, so that the animation of this balloon is over. Okay, now we add a this dot wait of 90 frames, a second and a half before the next quote, so that, you know, they don't happen too fast for the player. Okay, good. This one okay. This one alright. Actually leave it as it was. Okay, now we get this part, we add it in here, request balloon 0, and 0 is actually the exclamation mark because it is the first. As I said, indexing represents -1 by the way you count. Like, you can actually go to show balloons and you'll see exclamation is the first, and being the first, it actually means that it's gonna be index 0. That's how programming usually works now. 12:12, okay, another hour that I really don't mind seeing. It's an hour of progress. Alright, and I'm really not hunting these on purpose. Okay, I just happen to see them again and again. Alright, and I challenge the Z, yes, because it's the old English way of U, Z, singular U, okay, D to dual fair fine 1. Alright, now in here we will need to add another sound. Let's see, which sound should we actually add? Alright, let's have it happy 15. It's still something that, well, it's not necessarily the best sounds that I might find, but it's not much of a problem. Alright, so we have player animation and this one. Alright, and we have request balloon 3 because she will show heart again, and let it actually wait for the balloon animation to finish, and then we have to create another object, okay, which will imply the creation of a property called file name. Now objects, you can create them the way you want, but when you use the documentation of a certain platform, usually the job is done for you. So the simple point is you just have to follow the things that have been put before you, and I've taken quite some while and time to simply read things on the forums and see how things are, how certain scripts are, because I'm still not very good at programming, and looking at the documentation myself may actually confuse me more than actually possible. So don't get the impression that I might be some kind of guru on you know, some kind of genius on programming, or probably I am without me knowing. I wouldn't be surprised though. Alright, so we have volume 75. I just like doing things quick and good, and I've been having a lot of experiencing this throughout my life. Okay, volume 75. We need a pitch of 100 and we need a pan of 0. Then audio manager dot play. Again, it's a sound environmental. I also have these as music environmentals, but in RPG Maker there is a little thing that I dislike, which is called, when you play an music environmental, it simply fucks up your background music. It simply interrupts your background music for the duration of the music environmental. These sounds that I play are actually very short, but it still kind of annoys me that it interrupts your BGM. Alright, so let's see. I challenge D to a duel, fair, fine one. Alright, and she actually giggles. Let's actually write in here a giggle so that I remember what this sound is about when I go through these again. Okay, 29. She only has one quote up till now. Oh, okay. Okay, so let's actually take these and put them in here. First of all, we need a script. This dot wait 60 frames. Wait, 60 frames. You don't need to put semicolon in JavaScript because it handles that, but it's a good practice to do it. Alright, game player dot step animation equals true. This dot wait the fuck 20. Alright, and now we copy paste this, and this shall be false. Okay, and one to which you will reply thank you. Thank you for the nice actually yes, nice words, because she ain't the most polite one, because she's too goofy for that. Let's see, what face shall we choose? Actually, let's take this blushed one, because I rarely have been using it. Alright, and then let's give her another quote in which she says, I do accept your duel. Okay, because she needs another face to be shown, and let's actually go for this one or this one. Actually this one, because she looks like talking, and though you've guessed, it's index 0. Yep, it's index 0. And okay, you will have the need to, let's see, okay, game player dot request another balloon animation, which is gonna be 3, and this one is heart. All right. And a goofy quote, of course, not that I have a choice. Okay, and we're also gonna put the smiley one, of course, 3. And let's see, we also need a smile, again happy, and let's see which one we should get. Not these ones, I think pleasures. And pleasure, it will be okay, let's take pleasure 3, because this one sounds like the most fitting one, at least for this character for now. These sounds are still well, I may still flip through them. Alright, let's actually show this hearts, this dot set. Should we actually do this? No, we actually need to add another sound object, and since we're actually presenting this, why not create it again, like literally type it again instead of copying it like I do at times. I usually copy them, but at times I actually write them again and again so that I get really good at writing them. So let's see, we have file name. Okay, we have file name JSG1 voice 1. Okay, pleasure 03. Okay, G1 voice 1 pleasure 03. Now we have the other standard aspects, which are volume 75, and we have the regular pitch 100, and the pan is still 0 because I don't need it to be heard in left or right more than the other. And we have audio, I think I actually missed an A in here. Yep, audio manager dot play se, and we introduce the object that we have created, and voila, we have added the voice sound, which we actually can simply delete. And as I said, yes, we're gonna use the 3 face in here. Before we kind of end this, let's see what else we can actually add. Oh, 1222. Okay, professional development, good, why not? Okay, let's add another script in here, which will say game map dot the other character event 796, which will be representative of the enemy. Okay, step anime equals true, this dot wait 20 frames. Now we don't need to actually use this. The stepping animations are just something that I chose to create for literally each and every, or almost each and every quote, because at times they are too tedious. Like if you look on my YouTube channel, you can see I have some events that are plain visual novel events, and they are really long, and some of them don't actually have this, because I have one single event that has 600 quotes, and they also have busts, tints of pictures, pictures that change, sounds, at rare times animations, tints of the screen, tints of the picture. So it's a lot of things, and yep, they take a long time. Alright, let's see. Actually, this dot weight is not gonna be in here. we're gonna actually copy this, and we're gonna say request balloon. We will have 5, because he just kind of can't believe her goofiness, and we will have this dot set weight mode balloon. All right. Actually, alright, compared to other programming languages, you can use this sign or the inverted commas, it doesn't matter, but if you use one at the beginning, use the same one for the end. Alright, he's a bit kind of confused by her goofiness, this dot wait, so we need to wait a bit before they can actually perform another action. And afterwards, let's see, they actually manifest these again and without the balloon, and this will be this dot wait 1 frame. Okay, so let's see, they will actually say something like wait, mistake detected. Alright, I usually have a sense of correcting myself. Okay, the only thing that I still have to learn is how to put plugin commands into scripts, because once I start creating the so-called plugin that I want to create, that's gonna be probably the tough challenge, and it's gonna be much easier because I can simply copy paste these if I want, but most likely I'm sure I'm not gonna do most of it because I don't mind actually writing stuff. I've been writing stuff ever since I was young. Now we have this ready or not, here I come, and probably it will have a bit of a sexual pun in it. Should I write come? No, let's actually not ruin it. Okay, and we will use this face. All right, and let's see, on another character she used to have 175. Okay, good. So now we're gonna finish this part, okay, and this event as well, with game game map dot alright, dot event 796. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, this dot animation, let's say request animation 233, because I chose this to be representative of this character, and well, awake power up. Okay, this dot set weight mode animation. Good. Alright, and since we're gonna wait for the animation, should we actually put an exclamation mark? Actually, why not put it in here? Actually, to use less time, request, okay, balloon 0. Let's add a comment that it's exclamation mark, power up. Okay, let's actually add a little other script, this dot wait 60 frames, said 60. They're gonna play their animation, and then the character is again shaken out of her daydreaming. Let's actually think a bit about that. We have this one that has to be put in here, and then we also start this by this one put in here, step animation equals false. Okay, let's see, true. and we're gonna add another sound, which I think, let's see, sorrow probably. Let's actually hear a few. Okay, let's actually make this. Okay, so sorrow 150. Okay, sorrow 150, we're gonna add it in here. Boom, here, and let's see what we add. Okay, first of all, it's gonna be a balloon representing 7, because why not? Alright, and then we will have GCG1 voice number 3, and we have the other part is called sorrow 01. Alright, and let's use 50 in this case. Okay, play sound. Alright, this will also be represented by game, wait a minute, nope, it's gonna be game screen.start shake. Let's have a soft shake of like this. Okay, so it's gonna be power, the speed, and then duration. Okay, what else can it actually be? Okay, good. Now we delete this one. We're gonna have this dot wait 60, namely 1 second, and then we will have, just as I said, $game player dot what was it called? Oh yes, request animation 175, because I chose this one to be for this one, for this character, and it's called Cleanse Illusions. Okay, it's just an animation that's gonna be representative of this. I won't be entering the illusions tab because it has, this project is big and it has a bad habit of actually crashing, and I really don't want all this work to be lost. So let's see, Cleanse Illusions, curiously speaking, how much? It's not taking that much. Okay, usually it's just like this. Oh, 1 2 3 4. Okay, another angel number that I keep seeing. Alright, so let's see, Cleanse Illusions, this dot set wait mode animation. Okay, because this is something like an anime, you know, they actually have their own animation before they start a fight. And let's actually try for this particular part again. Game screen dot start shake. Let's make it a simpler one, 6 and 30 for her, and that's actually, wait, actually not 30, leave it 60 to be a bit longer. And let's take this one and put it in the animation part of this one as well. Let's actually make him 5 and 8 maybe. They are more prone towards this. And as usual with the plugin, when I finish with these gabs, I have to not forget to use clear gab, so that we delete all these gabs that I have been creating from the memory, so that if needed I can actually reuse them. And as of what I heard, they're cleared from the memory, so that should actually mean something. Now we need to add this character a BGM that would represent a battle, and regarding the hundreds that I have, actually it's thousands, but it's not a problem. Okay, let's say this one 15, and we're actually gonna write for this one particularly, we're gonna write a script. Okay, so we're gonna say var sound. I usually call them sound. You can actually give them whatever name possible, but make sure when you call the object that it has the same name. Okay, so it has file name. Okay, so the file name will be battle. All right, this one angry Vanguard. Now when you use these files and you want to launch your game via Steam, you have to understand there is something. Oh wait, actually my eyes landed on this number again, 1234. Thank you, universe, for guidance. And there is something called networking rules, which mean that every file that you create must not have white spaces. And I've actually spent hours adding this dash line to the hundreds, actually thousands, because I have around 5,000 sound files in my game that barely wait for me to use, and around 60 or 70% of them I done by hand. Then I realized that there could be another way, and I looked on the internet for something, and I found out you can actually use PowerShell for that. And well, I actually managed to do that. I fucked up with something, and then I actually corrected that as well, but at least I didn't get the rest of 30 or 40% of the sounds to make them by hand. So now that I wrote the name, we will have volume be 15 or 10 probably. BGMs, you want them to be very soft. Okay, you don't want them to be loud. Okay, you don't want them to disturb the player, so let it 15 for now. The pitch will be 100 and the pan will be 0. Usually these ones won't be changed. And we have audio manager dot play. We have this time BGM, and we have sound. Okay, basically you can give this one any name you want, but you have to be sure it's the same name in here, otherwise it's most likely gonna return you an error. Okay, so let's add here a comment. Leave this here for testing. Hearing it until a decision is made to either keep or change. Alright, I usually put a lot of comments here and there. Now let's actually apply this, because I actually want this to be saved. Alright, okay, now that I have removed this, I need to wait a bit. Okay, it takes a while to be written in there. Now I need to save the process, and we can actually see that my processor is actually spiking a lot, which means it's a very big process. Now after it blinked, it came back to normal, which means I can simply escape from these and these and these. I gotta be cleaning this one because I filled it again with all sort of things, and now I need to be doing the same thing. I need to take the data files of the project and actually make sure I back this up. Alright, replace in the destination folder. And well, that's kind of it. I'm looking forward to hearing your opinions. I'm looking forward to expanding on this. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you've gotten to understand how those simple scripts actually work. I'm still thinking about making a video about how those scripts actually work and how to clearly explain them for people to simply understand them. And well, until next time, I'm really looking forward to learning how to use the how to create now the events so that the battle system is actually formed and the phases are correctly gone through, and to also simulate a state machine. There is a lot of work, but I will handle that, I'm sure of it. There will be challenges, yes, but what's life without a few challenges, okay? So until next time, I look forward to hearing from you. Keep up your good work, keep up RPG game making. I look forward to increasing the standards, and well, just as usual, you are loved and appreciated. Ferengian Board signing out.